From Mindful Fashion joins us now. Thanks for coming in, Jacinta.
Morena.
Just as a basic explanation, what is fast fashion?
Fast fashion is a business model where predominantly cheap, low-quality clothing is brought to the market in a really fast cycle of production, leading to really huge overconsumption of products. It's a really quick, really churning out clothes over and over.
And does that mean we don't see it on the shelf in the shop for very long either?
That does tend to happen, yep. Things just churn through really quickly. We're sort of marketed at constantly and streams of newness. I mean, we used to have 2 seasons a year where brands would have autumn, winter, spring, summer. Now we have some of the fast fashion brands putting out something like a new collection every day, or 10 new collections every week. It's insane.
Day.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was fast, but I didn't think it was quite that fast.
Yeah.
It's just almost on a scale we can't quite imagine.
It's really hard for people to understand and actually get their head around the scale of the problem.
Which is partly why it's successful, right?
Absolutely. No time to think about it. Yeah. No time.
What is the worst bit about fast fashion? Because obviously there is the enormous volume that they're talking about, 70 truckloads just in a week of just clothing that nobody wants anymore. Is it the aspect of, it is considered modern day slavery in a lot of these factories where women mostly work very long hours producing these garments that are quite often heavily concentrated with chemicals and things like that? Or is it actually the landfill at the end where we're simply going to dump a whole bunch of plastic clothing for decades?
I mean, I would say it's all of it. I think the sheer volume of all of those issues that happen throughout the supply chain is the problem. So yes, modern day slavery is a real issue. Pollution, chemicals, the way that materials are grown and processed, but also what it's done to us as consumers and what happens when these clothes come to New Zealand and, end up in our landfills, and that happens really quickly. I think we make something like 150 billion garments every year in the world, and 85% of those go into landfill.
In the same year?
Predominantly, it's very difficult to get accurate data, but that is what the numbers say.
Well, I mean, a lot of those would come from one place in particular, wouldn't they? Shein, 46 billion items.
Absolutely.
Enough for 8 outfits for every person on the planet. I don't think I buy 8 outfits worth, so some people must be, if this model works, people are buying it, right?
Yeah, people are buying it and people are churning through it, and often you find that these garments are getting worn once or twice and then heading straight to landfill. That's a real problem in New Zealand.
So what's the solution? Shein's making money off it. They're not going to stop.
I think the solution really, and we're starting to see some really good things happening in New Zealand. There's good pockets of examples of businesses that are making clothing fit for more of a circular system, which is what we really need to move towards, so that these resources are not ending up in landfill but are actually getting used.
Does that mean better fabrics?
Better fabrics. So we have some brands, like we have Untouched World, for example, in New Zealand, and Koto, making garments out of 100% natural materials that can actually go back into the earth. We have other companies like Little Yellow Bird who are taking back, they were on last night, taking back cotton clothing and recycling it back into new materials.
But you might have to get used to paying a bit more.
There is that, but I think I would really encourage people to actually buy fewer but better quality clothing, especially now that we have this cost of living crisis. It's really like thinking about keeping your garments in use for as long as you can. We have some great companies here who stand behind their products and offer repair. Cactus Outdoor, for example, have a lifetime warranty on any products that you buy from them, and they'll take them back and repair them.
That's a good thing to look out for, right?
Absolutely. Wonderful. Yeah, because then it takes the onus off you as well as a consumer to know how to fix all of those
problem
things.
anymore. Hey, Jacinta FitzGerald from Mindful Fashion, New Zealand, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks.
Right.